before you get too attached, baby. Don't get caught up in the lies, cause you will never make it back. Cause this city, this town, is so much more than that. Baby, do you feel like surfing on the waves? Ooh, baby, now we can freak it from Hollywood up to the Bay. Ooh, yeah, let me show you what that West like. Alright, baby, won't you come and ride with me? I'll show you what that West like. Alright, California girls know what I mean. On the West side.
Baby, let me show you what my side like. Don't get caught up in the limelight. All this water on my wrist, can't get the time right. I see you in hindsight, I see you as my wife. I see you with me in a 6'3", hair blowing in the breeze. It's your California dream. Yeah, tell me something I wanna believe. Tell me that you need me the way I need you on my team. If I see you in the spring, I'ma fall if you leave. For the bars and APs, babe, I ball in HD. From the west side with love, like I'm Diamond 13. Got me in real life, gotta say for real twice. I'm from Southern California where the weather real nice. And the honey's not nice, still in the spotlight. I ain't got a vibe, and if you wanna ride, I'll show you what the west side. Show you on the west
Show you
side.
what that West like. Alright, baby, won't you come and ride with me? I'll show you what that West like. Alright, California girls know what I mean. On the West side.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580 Thursday night. Shout out to Mishay Duffy, came in and set this thing on fire. They're giving her love on YouTube. Lizette Arena said, loving the show, Danny. And Mimi D said, Danny, Mishay Duffy is great. Loved the interview. If y'all ain't checking out Mishay Duffy every single Saturday, y'all tripping. I'm telling you, she is one of the most beautiful people of my lifetime, man. When you talk to her, you going to learn something. And you're going to be inspired. And you're going to be blessed. She's just one of them people. There's just some people that walk around this earth that are anointed and have an aura about them. Like they walking hand in hand with God around this bad boy. Mishay's one of them people. And when you listen to her show, I guarantee you're going to hear something and go, oh my God, I never knew that. She just one of them people, man. I love her so much. For her to come down to the hospital, lay hands on me like that, I'm telling you. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I wasn't just gassing her up. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, believe. She came up in there, laid hands on me. She was a direct conduit from me to the man upstairs. And I walked out of that hospital the next day. And the hospital was like, he will be here for like a week. I was out of there the next day after Mishay left. You say what you want, believe what you want. I'm telling you, some people are anointed that way.
Great conversation. Great testimony, Danny.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? You already know it's always a pleasure working with you. And, you still being here with us.
Appreciate that.
While listening to the conversation, between you and Mishay, great points made. But as I'm listening, there's a part of me that's curious to know what the youth have to say.
Yeah, that's why I asked, do we sound like two old people having a conversation in here?
Yeah.
If they were listening to this conversation, and some do because some are related to me, they would say, y'all don't understand, is what they would say.
And in my opinion, I feel like this is nothing new, especially when it comes to the game of Hollywood. It's nothing new.
So should we throw in the towel? Is that what you're saying?
Throwing what towel?
Are we already so far down the rabbit hole? Are we at the point of no return? All of the sexuality, the violence, and man, it seems like that we are on a fast track to who knows where. The devil is winning the fight. Are you saying we should just go, this is the way it is, this is the 21st century, man, that's the way it goes?
You're not going to please everybody. So, for me, continue to do you. And I don't know if it was somebody who commented on the YouTube or where I got this from, but like, we're trashing Chloe, but nobody's saying anything about the male individual who played the part.
I don't think I'm trashing. Am I trashing her?
Trashing might be the wrong word to use, but just criticizing.
Definitely criticizing the decision to do that scene. What I said was, you take that scene out of that show, nothing changes of the entire series. Why did you need to do the scene? Maybe Donald Glover is brilliant, saying, you know what, I'm going to take the purity of Chloe Bailey. I'm going to put her in a sex scene with Damson Idris. and we gonna blow up the internet. And that's exactly what happened. I'm sitting there talking about it, giving them free advertisement. The problem is we ain't got to accept that though, man.
And that's fair. And that's fair.
Why do we have to accept just because he's offering it?
You don't have to accept it at all. And that's what I was telling you offline. Like, I feel like we're in a time now where we could easily just turn the TV off, change the channel, turn the radio off. If it's not for you, it's not for you. This is America, Jack.
No.
It's a free world economy. You can do what you want. And here's another thing about Chloe.
Go ahead.
I hate to say it, but sometimes you got to go through those extreme remedies to shake off that youth aspect. That's what she's doing. We got to accept her as a grown woman. Nobody was saying anything when DMX was over there tearing, I forgot her name, Terrell Hicks.
Yeah.
In belly.
Yeah. So you're saying it's okay if somebody is a child actor or star, and in this case, singer.
Is she a child now?
No, she's 24 years old.
Exactly.
But you're saying it's okay in order to shake off that pure image that she had. You should do something as extreme as possible to cleanse our palate and start thinking that she's some sex symbol? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that you should, but I understand the move. Look at Miley Cyrus.
And I'm telling you, there are far more examples of child actors that came and did it in a positive fashion and still did okay.
Such as?
Justin Timberlake. How about that?
A white man at that. Give me somebody black. Exactly.
When we come forward.
and you know another funny thing is?
Urkel. Go ahead.
He can't even shake off Urkel. Till this day, he will forever be Steve Urkel.
The actor from Everybody Hates Chris. What's his name?
The young gentleman?
Yeah, what's that cat's name?
Lee something?
He's blowing up right now on that show on NBC. I can't remember the name of Abbott Elementary. He's blowing up the spot right now. He could have said, you know what? They only know me from Everybody Hates Chris. I'm going to go and do a porno. I want everybody to not know that I was the guy from Everybody Hates Chris.
And we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. So it probably is a double standard when it comes to male and female.
Speaking of porno, it's actually happened, as I can recall. Somebody can check me twice with child actors. One, it was the young queen from Family Matters. Remember?
Yes.
She did it,
Mm-hmm.
and also Screech from Saved by the Bell did the exact same thing. Remember? So that I guess to your point. There are people out there that go, I got to do something extreme. Number one, I got to pay the bills. And number two, I need them to forget that I was that kid on TV that they used to watch all the time.
If we didn't know Chloe as the kid actress and we saw that scene, would we have an issue with it?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Fahima's been saying, and we're going to bring her in a second here. Fahima's been saying inside the YouTube thread, the reason I'm having trouble with it is because I still have her as that 11-year-old girl.
Then there you go.
And it's true. You guys remember those viral videos that used to be all over Instagram? Hallie and Chloe? Chloe and Hallie? Whatever it was. I think it was Chloe and Hallie. Those were the cutest thing ever. Every single one of those bad boys used to go viral. And they had the big one it was the Beyonce song, Best I Never Had, that song. Remember that thing? It went everywhere. That thing had 100 million views or something, man. And I was like, watch them two girls. But now I'm watching one of them girls.
They not kids no more, man. They grown adults. It's just like your own kids, right? You try to protect them from the world, but then they turn 18. And guess what? They doing the nasty.
See,
they doing crazy things.
Okay, don't do that, because my baby girl ain't never going to be 18, because I'm going to make sure she stays exactly where she is at that age.
And see, that perspective is toxic, Danny Mo.
It is
wrong.
It's just the way it is. That's
Let her grow.
But here's the problem, too, man.
And you know what's crazy? I'm sorry, Danny Mo.
No, go ahead.
I'm sure there's a section of our people that enjoy the scene.
Well, that's the point I'm about to make here. I'm going to tell you what really bothers me. And Kings, I hope y'all listening, because I see it all over Black Twitter every single day. And it's nauseating to me. I'm seeing grown men in my age group talking about, Chloe got yams, boy. Can we get to the yams? Sweet yams. I'm like, come on, fellas. Come on. First of all, we grown. And that used to be an 11-year-old girl singing with her sister all over Instagram. You cannot be sharing that stuff. different angles, screen captures from your own TV at your house and sharing it with the world going, man, have y'all seen this? You're 40. What are you doing? I got a problem with that.
It's fair game. She's a grown woman.
No. I think there's a certain age to where it should not be permitted. And I'm just saying, brothers talking to brothers. If you over the age, she's 24. If you over the age of, 35, you shouldn't be talking about Chloe on there, showing her butt, showing positions. You should not be doing it.
Well, unfortunately, you have 35-year-olds pulling up to the local high school talking to that 18-year-old.
It's true. And that's pathetic, too. 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we'll get Fahima on the phone, see what she's talking about tonight, and we'll get into the YouTube feed, which people are chiming in. We'll get some of those responses and some upon further review clips as well. Danny Mo Show, KBLA, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks to our new sponsor, Lendistry. Lendistry is a national Black-led small business lender that is headquartered in Los Angeles. Lendistry helps small business owners access the affordable capital needed to grow. Visit Lendistry, LENDISTRY.com/KBLA today.
Hi, it's me, Gia Peppers. Tune in to More Than That live on radio this weekend or wherever you listen to podcasts. This week, I'm talking to Grammy Award-nominated artist Mumu Fresh and Academy Award-winning production designer from Black Panther, Hannah Beekler, about Afrofuturism in storytelling. This episode of More Than That is brought to you by Kroger, making fresh food more accessible for our local communities. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I think the ideal world is one where Black people are thriving, where dignity and respect and integrity and honesty are not radical ideas, but are the idea. To lift up people, to create. Why are we here if not for art and music and joy and good food? It's really about that. It's really about the discovery of what sort of cosmically we are. And again, I think it's also a healing of an evil, of a trauma. We are in the future because not only are we the future, we're the present and the past, and that's all one circle. So it's, you can't have this future without us. Because you didn't have a future without us in your past. You understand? So that's how I see Afrofuturism. And that's what I intend to create.
When I think of Afrofuturism, I think of almost like Sankofa. I think of going back, right, to some of the African traditions of being able to be tender. So you're taking something from the past, but putting it in the future.
Whoa.
When more parents are healing themselves and healing their children and healing their relationships and giving birth to healed children, when more parents are doing that, we're going to have a different future.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
But can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Ooh. Y'all thought Charlie Wilson. Is that Charlie Wilson? It's Charlie. Y'all thought Charlie Wilson was in the studio today. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Let's go to Fahima real fast. Fahima, get up in here. Give me your height, your color, and your hood, queen.
I'm a year older than I was when I called in.
Oh, my God. Go ahead. Come on.
I wanted to talk to Miss Duffy because I enjoy her show. And you obviously like the other guy you let call better than you like me, but it's okay.
Oh my God! Can you believe what she's doing to me right now? Come on, it's Thursday. I love you.
What
Danny,
more do you want from me?
I'm just saying. Tell him, Tyrese, man, she
I
messing with me.
still got nothing but love for you.
I love you too. I just got your clips too, by the way. I'm gonna watch that tonight because you say, I'm assuming you're saying in those clips that she explains the mechanics of the clip.
Hold on, Donnie. What I wanted to say, let me preface my comments. I don't disagree with a lot that was said, but I think in all fairness, it would have been fair to have gotten her perspective and how she was afraid to do the scene. In all fairness, it would have been. I haven't seen I haven't seen the show, and I probably won't watch it because I'm not spending all my money on these streaming platforms.
Get on Twitter. It's all over the place. You ain't even got to get Amazon Prime.
But I'm not interested in seeing it. I do like some of Danny. I'm calling him Danny Glover too. I do like some of Donald Glover's work. Like This Is America, was powerful. But let me just say this, and the reality is because you know her as a child, it's difficult for you to see her in her womanhood.
Real talk.
People are having the same problem with Keke Palmer and her pregnancy and the fact that her child's father is going to be a stay-at-home dad and put his acting on hold. And I think that that's part of it, because if you didn't know her as a child and you just saw the scene, you'd probably be talking about her yams too.
Well, can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Let me just say this. Ronald Isley, and I happen to know one of his little children, but this is another whole other discussion. He is 37 years age difference between him and his wife. In fact, his wife was 28 years old when they got married, and he was 63.
Wow.
And the thing, and the same thing with Bob Johnson. He's more than half the age of his wife. But we never say anything about these men. But everybody was on Cher when she was dating that young man.
And you know what?
Okay?
She's still with that cat. He's like 12.
I'm just saying it's a double standard. The thing is, let people live their own lives. But I think that you're disturbed because you know her as a little girl. It's the same thing with Janet Jackson when she had the wardrobe malfunction, because everybody saw her as this little girl growing up, being Penny, etc.
Why did you give her call of the... She's not even done, and you gave it to her prematurely? What are you doing? Let her finish, man. You agree with everything? Okay, we get it. Go ahead, Fahim.
I'll take it from Andy.
Andy's loving you. He in there clapping. Like a newborn seal in here right now. But go ahead.
But see, Danny, you be passing out the call of the night like welfare cheese. Anyway, I just want to say this. I mean, Janet Jackson lost. She was going to be playing. She had the role to play. Oh God, the woman's name just got out of my head. I can't think of the name.
See that? That ain't call of the night. She forgetting stuff and everything. You done thrown her off. You threw her off her game. See?
She was supposed to play the role of one of, I can't think of this starlet. Her name escapes me right now. Mm-hmm. But the thing, she lost that role.
I know who you're talking. You're talking about not Dominique. Dorothy Dandridge is who you're talking about.
No, not Dorothy Dandridge. The other one.
I don't know.
He used to do the Colgate commercial. She used to say, "Tartar is our number one problem."
Is that the role that didn't Halle Berry get that role instead?
No. Halle Berry played. No, she didn't. This woman's biopic has never been done, but Janet Jackson was supposed to play her. Oh. And her name escapes me right now.
Marcus Atkins said Lena Horne. Is it Lena Horne?
Yes, that's it.
Marcus is the man, I swear.
Janet Jackson was supposed to play Lena Horne, but she lost the role. Lena Horne said she didn't want her. And because people saw Penny, they remember Penny, that's why they had a problem with this. And this cold, clean cut role. People had problems with some of the movies that Janet had played when she played opposite Tupac. Because they had this fresh and clean, girl image. But it's difficult for you, Danny, because you know her as a child actress. And that's why you're having so many problems.
I find it rather ironic that Janet Jackson almost played Lena Horne when I'm over here Danny Horny whenever I see her. Come on now, don't you leave me out here by myself. Andy, don't you leave me out here by myself! Come on!
Danny, that was so trite.
All right, I'm just saying. I will say this. I've been sent this a couple times over the last few days because I've been going off a little bit on Chloe. And people have sent me, do you remember that album cover, Janet Jackson, of her album, Janet? When the man is behind her and he's got his hands over her boobies, remember?
Yes, but that was the Velvet Rope album. There you go again.
That's not.
But that man, that was her man.
That's not the Velvet Rope album. That's the Janet album. Get it right. Come on now, get it right.
Okay,
I know. But people say you have nothing negative to say about Janet Jackson doing that album cover, but you got a problem with Chloe doing that movie. And I said, well, that's fair. That's probably fair.
That's a valid point. That's a valid point. But he was her man. And last thing I want to talk about Sierra's outfit.
Yeah.
I had said it was more of a fishnet than an outfit. The thing is, I wouldn't have worn it, but hey, you do you. It was not for me to judge.
Really? You wouldn't have worn it because it's too revealing? Is that what you're saying?
Of course, I wouldn't have worn that. It wasn't a dress. It didn't meet the minimum standard to be considered a dress.
Could I go up to Sierra and hug her in that dress?
I think you would probably get decked by her husband if you did.
Knock Russell Wilson. What is he? He's like 5'7", right? Knock that fool out. Little Russell Wilson. I'm playing. By the way, give her another call of the night since you didn't already gave her one. As a matter of fact, Lord have mercy. Mine is shinier than yours, Andy. I'm going to give her one. How's that? Fahima, I appreciate you.
No, thank you.
Wait, you going to refuse mine but take Andy's, huh? Get out of here. Go on, get out of here, Fahima. I love you, though.
Love you more. Bye.
Love her to death, man. You see how she does me, though? I've noticed you stealing my affections from Fahima. When I first started my show, back 2 years ago, Fahima, she loved me. She was in love with me. And now, seems like slowly but surely, I see her just gravitating on over to the locked king across from me right now. What's that about?
Because you're not doing your research.
Is that what you're saying, man?
You can't be spreading misinformation.
Misinformation about Chloe Bailey, too?
With this platform,
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be a little bit more responsible, my brother.
I will try to be more responsible. I will. Man, let's, you want to drop a clip? Let's get into some upon further review clips. As you guys know, you've sent me clips like crazy over the past few weeks. Clips that extend the conversation on topics we've touched on the Danny Mo Show. And this first clip, it's going to bring the room down, but we got to get through these bad boys. It's from a listener named Eddie Perkins, and he sent me a CBS News report from a couple years ago about those Wilmington police officers that were fired after an audit revealed that they were hardcore racists. And I don't know why people were surprised. Listen.
Have been fired after a routine audit of a patrol car camera uncovered what authorities describe as extremely racist comments toward African Americans. Here's CBS's Jeff Pegues.
An internal probe by the Wilmington Police Department reveals hate-filled conversations with 3 veteran officers. Officer Kevin Piner is heard telling Corporal Jesse Moore that the protests would soon lead to a civil war, and that he is ready. He goes on to tell Moore that he was going to buy a new assault rifle, and soon we are just going to go out and start slaughtering them expletive N-words. Piner says a civil war is needed to wipe them off the expletive map. That'll put them back about 4 or 5 generations.
Crazy.
Later, during a phone call with Piner, Moore refers to a woman he arrested as the N-word and says she needed a bullet in her head right then. Donnie Williams is the department's new police chief. He fired the officers on his first day.
When you talk about killing people and generations of people, that is disturbing.
According to investigators, the officers blame their comments on the stress of today's climate in law enforcement. CBS News has reached out to the police union and the 3 officers for comment. So far, they haven't responded. Jeff Pegues, CBS News, Washington.
You know, we haven't done a show on law enforcement in a while, and I think part of the reason is because there hasn't been some incident involving police brutality that has dominated the zeitgeist. And at some point, that's going to happen, and I'm pretty sure we'll bring it back. We should probably just do a refresher, seem like monthly, just to make sure that people understand that there's a whole lot of crooked police officers out there. And I read an article just recently that was talking about how white supremacist groups are showing themselves. You know what I'm saying? They have infiltrated law enforcement agencies all over this country. That's why when people are surprised when they see stuff like that, they go, oh my God, he's an officer of the law. It's like, no. These are racists that are putting a badge on. Please understand. And I'll say it again. I've said it on the show before. I'll say it again. Never let a police officer tell you that they're a good cop. And never let people out there tell you that not all cops are bad. I always say, what is your definition of a good cop? Well, he's got a good record. He's never been, dragged in by internal affairs for doing something nefarious out in them streets. I go, really? I guarantee you every single police officer in this country knows somebody within the walls of that precinct that are foul. Every single one.
Danny, were you out of commission when the situation in Tennessee happened with the 4 black police officers?
No, I was.
You was around? We talked about it?
I think we talked about it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, we talked about that, yeah. But it's just amazing to me that people think that they could just say not all cops are bad. I go, okay, give me your definition. And if a guy knows that a man or a woman is inside that police department and is foul, and they've seen it, a lot of them seen it firsthand, and they don't say nothing, you cannot sit here and tell me that that person is still a good cop. I'm sorry. That's my definition. I don't know about y'all. That's my definition. And then the excuses come out. Well, if he goes to the authorities, his life gonna be in danger. Lives in danger? You mean what we're going through in our neighborhoods every single day with these police officers? Don't talk to me about lives in danger. So their lives matter more than ours, is what you saying. Man, we ain't got that kind of time. We'll do another one soon. Ticks me off, dude. Ticks me off. And I hate when they try to blend the two. They say, well, black people killing each other all the time. What do you care? The police officers are killing black people. Black people kill each other all the time. You ever heard that nonsense? They say that all the time. And I go, really? Huh? So what you saying is, you're going to use that as an excuse. The authority figure does not have to follow the letter of the law. You do not have to protect and serve. That sworn oath that you took that you would protect and serve means nothing because you feel we don't value our lives enough, so you're going to jump on the bandwagon with that. Stop it. Better give me a freaking break, man. You better give me a break. Show me you a good cop. Show me. Call somebody out and say, you know what? If you don't go and report yourself for what I just saw you do at that last traffic stop, I'm going to do it for you. I would say, had a good cop right there. But it ain't going to happen. 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we will continue the upon further review clips on the other side. Danny Mo Show, KBLA, stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is not worried about the threatened travel ban over race and diversity. The Florida State chapter of the NAACP wants the group's national board to issue a travel advisory against visiting the Sunshine State because of recent legislation related to race and diversity. Governor Ron DeSantis says he doubts it will be very effective. Students in the LA Unified School District will return to class tomorrow. Employees of the district will end their strike as planned, but without a new contract or settlement between the district and Local 99 SEIU, which called for the strike. LA Mayor Karen Bass, who is black, is now mediating the negotiations. In Detroit, Michigan, the Children's Center of Wayne County is hosting a mental health town hall on Saturday. The town hall will be called A Crisis to Connection, an Imperative for Our Black Boys, and will cover racial disparities, systemic racism, and implicit bias affecting black boys in the community. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with savings on select PCs powered by the latest 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Plus, get deals on select accessories and free shipping on everything. Save now by calling 877-ASK-DELL.
It's getting hot in here.
KBLA Talk 1580 is apparently the talk of the town. From the LA Times to our talk radio competitors.
Hey, there was a story in the LA Times about Tavis Smiley. Now he is back with his own radio station, KBLA, black-owned and oriented towards the black audience. So, Mo, considering your knowledge of Tavis in his audience, what's your take on this?
Well, I think in a general industry sense, I think it's always good when there are more outlets, there are more talk radio, there's more voices and representation. At that point, I think talk radio had been too homogenous for too long.
Real quickly, is it going to succeed, yes or no?
I think it's going to succeed.
You think?
There's a new sheriff in town.
We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family was founded to help address domestic violence and sexual assault in the Asian and the Pacific Islander communities. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family's mission is to build healthy and safe communities by addressing the root causes and consequences of family violence and violence against women. They are committed to meeting the specific cultural and language needs of the Asian and Pacific Islander women and their families. CPAF's vision is of an Asian and Pacific Islander community that embraces healthy relationships and works in partnership with other communities to eradicate all forms of violence. To access services, volunteer, or for more info, visit nurturingchange.org. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe everyone deserves to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's get back to business, Los Angeles County. The Economic Opportunity Grant Program is now open. This program is designed to provide financial support to qualified small businesses, micro entrepreneurs, food industry businesses such as restaurants, and nonprofits in Los Angeles County. Approximately 4,600 grants of up to $2,500 will be administered to qualified micro businesses that face barriers to accessing capital resources. To learn more about the Economic Opportunity Grant Program, visit www.grants.lacounty.gov. The application process is fast and easy. Don't miss the opportunity to get back to business. This program is administered by the County of Los Angeles through its Department of Economic Opportunity and funded in part through a grant from the California Office of the Small Business Advocate. Application portal is powered by Lendistry. Visit www.grants.lacounty.gov and get back to business.
Hey listener, welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it!
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce, such as child custody and property division, among many others. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell. We're a partner men can count on.
1455 Frazee Road, Suite 1050, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
contest.
Outside to the fullest, creeping about the house with my mug on me. Lexus kinda clean, crease in my jeans. Ready to hit this, want everybody get with this. It's going down tonight, up in the town tonight. Rolling Vegas of Omega for the chronic sin. Rolex on my wrist because I produce hits. Got them groupies having fits when I'm riding past. Tank full of gas, pocket full of cash. Side shows going down tonight. Made a right on 73rd and purchased some act ride. Bounce back in, crack that hit. I'm worldwide like a fifth of gin. And plus I'm in it to win. I'm checking your chin. AK down 77, my cousins, deep in the block, them deep East legends. There ain't no need to be stepping, we flow nining. Got them all rewinding, now they all realizing, low riding high side. Keep it on the real. High side. If you're real with me, I'll be real with you. Yeah. 3 times crazy, catch your mind.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580 Thursday night. Having a great night tonight. As a matter of fact, check it out. This week, man, Ann and I were talking about it. This week has been nuclear fire, man. It's crazy. I thank you guys so much, people that check out the broadcast. Because, it's later, Just the fact that you all stay up, call the show, share our content, jumping in the YouTube feed the way that you do, and just supporting the Danny Mo Show the way that you do, and KBLA Talk 1580, of course. Man, it just means so much to me. It does. And we're going to continue rolling. We're going to continue bringing you the topics on this show that impact us directly on a daily basis. That's my promise. And next week, got to get ready. Another programming note, make sure you're checking out the replay tomorrow, 9 p.m. to midnight. We're going to replay Monday's episode. Connie Collins coming up in there and talking about reparations, and it was a heater. And that is the preview. We're going to come back next Monday, and it will be part 2. She will be back in studio live on the Danny Mo Show, and we're going to do it again. And we got more content to bring about reparations, and right now, things are blowing up on Twitter right now. Connie shared the show, and there's some interesting comments about the broadcast on Monday. And I'm pretty sure some of that is going to trickle into the broadcast next Monday. So again, Connie Collins back in studio on Monday inside my Post 101 talking reparations for the black community. Let's go to the phone. Is that my dude? My dude? Marcus, get up in here. Give me your height, your color, and your hood, man.
Hey, this is me, Marcus Atkins, Karma Brown, STL representing.
St. Louis checking in. Drop that. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Man, you on fire inside the YouTube feed tonight, man. Yo.
Hey, I got to help out when I can. I'm like the human Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying?
I see that. For some reason, I couldn't think of Lena Horne's name, man, and you were just like, "Oh yeah, Lena Horne."
I know. I was going like, "Oh no, it's Lena Horne."
Come on now. Look, if they were still doing that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Remember, you could dial somebody. I'd be like, "We're gonna call Marcus Atkins right now." Called Marcus Atkins in St. Louis, Missouri. My lifeline. That's what it was. Like, my lifeline is Marcus. Call him right now.
And I would panic. Trust me, I probably would panic.
What are you talking about? We trying to win $1 million, Marcus. What are you doing? So what's on your mind?
I mean, no one can be like you on Wheel of Fortune. I just.
Well, come on. Where's my call of the night music, Mr. Andy? He mentioned my Wheel of Fortune, but come on. Come on. Yeah, for those that don't know.
You still have those 2 cars? Did you win 2 cars?
I wasn't going to say nothing. I won 1 car and, about $40,000. And, I dominated.
Yeah,
and I'm just, I wasn't going to say nothing.
Up.
I did, man.
Yeah, you cleaned up.
And by the way, one of them cats was from Stanford. And another woman, she was a housewife, but she was brilliant. And I just went on there and I said, hey, by the way, black guy from Bakersfield, I'm about to slap both of y'all around. And that's what I did. Dominated the competition. You saw.
Yeah, you did. You did. I was quite pleased with that.
For those that want to see it, by the way, look up, go on YouTube and type in Danny Morrison, Wheel of Fortune. And I think it's got 500,000 views right now. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I think it's about there right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what's on your mind tonight, Marcus?
Yeah, it was interesting conversation about Chloe and everything. And as far as your guest, I enjoyed her a lot, but I felt as though she was my mother and she was scorning me.
Oh man, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe all this is going. It's like, oh, okay.
But see, that right there is the narrative on Black Twitter. For those people that are on my side of the tracks, I don't know if you reside there too, but
Right.
on my side of the tracks, we're being called boomers.
Mm-hmm.
We're being called out of touch, and we're being called behind the times. Is that a fair assessment of us?
Yeah, well, I would really say I'm a part of that because I kind of understand it. I get it. But at the same time, I mean, Chloe, again, is a grown woman, and I think she knew what she was doing because, I mean, like I mentioned in the YouTube chat, I mean, she's been having this image for a while now, prior to this sex thing. You know what I'm saying? And she's kind of like Beyonce 2.0.
No, she is.
You know what I'm saying?
Can we stop that? No, she's not.
I mean, seriously, if you look at her performances, she gives you Beyonce 2.0.
No, she ain't Beyonce. She's diet Beyonce. She ain't no Beyonce 2.0.
Light.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Beyonce Light.
2.0 is
Light.
2.0 is usually an advancement. It's usually a reboot or something. She ain't that. She ain't even there yet. She ain't halfway there.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Maybe light. Beyonce Light.
Diet Beyonce.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, her sister is also catching heat too, becoming, doing the Little Mermaid. So it's kind of interesting that the Bailey sisters are really heating up social media, you know?
Yeah, I mentioned on the show last night that if you go to the trailer, which they announced during the Oscars last week, that thing's got over 1 million dislikes. And I'm like, wow.
Which means it's going to be a hit. Which means it's going to be a box office hit.
That's part of the conversation tonight. Like, I think Chloe, some say it's calculated for her to do that scene in that show. It's calculated because she'll put out an album, in about a month or so, and then all of this controversy, she'll sell more records.
Yeah.
Maybe the same thing is going on with Disney. They said, you know what? How do we reboot this Little Mermaid thing and really get people's attention? Put a black girl in that role and watch them.
Yeah, because, I mean, their music really hasn't been selling. But I think now, I mean, this is the perfect time for them to release some material, music and everything,
Are you surprised that Beyonce hasn't done a song with Chloe?
I don't really see her doing that. I don't really see her doing that, to be honest.
It seems like a no-brainer to me. I mean, if she's her so-called protege, you would think that let's do, at least maybe on her Beyonce's last album, Renaissance, take one of them songs, do a remix with Chloe. How about that? And put her on that thing. Why wouldn't she do that?
To me, I just think, she probably feels as though she's more a mother role, or kind of a mothering, kind of like, nurturing them as opposed to like, oh, let me put you on this Cuff It remix or something like that. I don't really see that of her doing that.
All right,
I don't. I really don't.
Last question, and I will let you go. Do you think, and here's a new narrative that's forming on Black Twitter right now, do you think that Beyonce's hands were all over Swarm, beginning, middle, and end?
That's interesting. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Glover sent her some dailies or something involved in it. I'm pretty sure Beyonce put her stamp on this because she's very smart and calculating as well.
Absolutely.
So she knows what's going on with the Beehive and everything. So I would agree with that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she, had her hands on that. Most definitely.
Yeah, there's no way that thing gets released in the state that it's in right now. With her, with I don't know, what do you want to call it? Cryptic messaging involving, there's no way that thing gets put out without her approval. There's no way.
I agree. Because, it would have been a lawsuit already.
That's exactly right. By the way, give Marcus call of the night. Come on now. Every single time he calls, he got to have one. Even though for him to say I'm giving them to everybody. Seemed like it.
Yeah, I mean, you summoned me earlier this week, so I had to call.
See,
I'm getting summoned to call.
I was laughing. You said that inside the feed. If Danny Mo summons you, you're supposed to show, and that's true. Where's Janet Jackson?
Yeah.
I've been summoning her for 20 years, and she ain't showed up, so it ain't working.
You know what? I have a feeling that those tickets are going to come soon. I have a feeling that it's coming.
Oh, my God.
Coming. Just have the faith.
Oh, my God.
Keep the faith.
Oh, my God.
Keep the faith.
Listen, if that goes down, listen, y'all seen me cry on my show multiple times when it comes to God and my family and my recent, bout with illness. But if Janet Jackson tickets show up at this studio, I'm going to be what does Oprah say, the ugly cry? I'm going to be all up in here. Like,
Well, actually, more than that, if Janet herself came there and gave you the tickets,
listen,
it would have been like Sherry Shepherd's show. I don't know if you saw that when she made that surprise appearance on Sherry's show, and how she made Sherry like pretty much pee in her pants in a way, kind of like, yeah. That would probably be the reaction you probably would have if she would actually be there at the studio to give you those tickets.
I was so jealous of Sherry too. I was like, that's just not fair. She got a talk show.
But
That's
she
just not fair.
didn't know. She didn't know, and that was the joy of it. She didn't even know she was going to be there.
Yeah. All right, Marcus. God bless you. Have a bomb weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Love that cat, and he's calling from the Lou. What's that, Central Time? 2 hours? Is that 2? 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, let's get another clip out on the other side before we bounce up out of here. Danny Mo Show, Thursday night, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Black women making history at the Oscars. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. The 95th Annual Academy Awards took place this week. Although the show has black media critics in an uproar due to Angela Bassett not winning Best Supporting Actress, we still celebrate costume designer Ruth E. Carter for becoming the first black woman to win 2 Oscars. Carter has worked on astounding films in the past, such as Selma, Malcolm X, and Spike Lee's School Days. Carter's moment has come again as she has won her second Oscar for Best Costume Design in the Marvel sequel Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. After taking home her win, Carter says she hopes that this can create more opportunities for other women of color in film. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
I love Fahima so much, man. It's just, oof. Monday's going to be crazy. Reparations Part 2. Fahima says in the thread, she said, Connie Collins, I hope Connie Collins has her facts straight. She had things a bit twisted on Monday. Oh, boy. This coming Monday. Once again, the preview once again. Tomorrow, 9 p.m., Danny Mo Show. Make sure y'all listen. And then come in on next Monday, and we gon' set fire to the studio again. Can we duplicate what we did this last Monday? I don't know. Connie's already rallying the troops on Twitter right now. I'm watching them all. She's rallying the troops. I got a feeling the phone call's going to be kind of spicy on Monday. And I think the even the YouTube feed might be a little bit spicy too.
I think what will be beneficial to the conversation, and I know this is radio, it's audio, visual, whatnot, but if we could have receipts.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of statements, being shared, but, people need to do their research too. So if they can come up with some receipts, I think it'll be helpful.
Okay. That's fair.
From both sides.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, there was some people upset. That is for sure. It'll be interesting. Let's get into this. Let's play this Joe Morton clip that I feel in my soul every single time I listen to it. I want y'all to check this out, all right? I think I played it a long time ago, but we're going to blaze it back up before we get up out of here. It's a movie called Dinner in America. And this cat, Joe Morton, and like I said earlier in the broadcast, one of the most underrated actors of our generation, is telling a white man exactly how he feels about the white community. And it will give you chills. Listen.
Contribute? Say something!
You want me to say something? Fine. I'll say something. You people. You're not a race. You are a virus. You destroy the world. Everything beautiful you poison. You drag us from our homes. You rape our daughters, murder our sons. You crack our spines and do all you can to break our will. You stab us. Then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by, close your eyes, and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God to silence our screams so that you can enjoy the happiness that we built for you with our blood. But it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us. And I hope that happens.
Yeah, man. The one part of that entire run that he goes on, that diatribe he just broke down, is when people of the faith, meaning my white evangelical friends that I've mentioned on this broadcast before, that I've really severed a bunch of ties of people that are in the white evangelical church over the last few years. And it started right around when Barack Obama, back in 2008, first came into power. I noticed all of a sudden, all of those principles and laws and commandments and such that we were all praying over, using the same Bible all at the same time, went out the window when it came to a black man being in the White House. All of a sudden, they were making up stuff about that cat, telling me it was about family values when I don't think there's ever been a more family-oriented president ever in the history of this country than freaking Barack Obama. All of a sudden, they're trying to find things about him and talking about his birth certificate ain't real and, calling him this and that, and he ain't nothing but a libtard, they would call him, right? It's like, last time I checked, do your research, Jesus Christ was a liberal last time I checked. Sorry, conservatives don't want to hear that. It's true. But, to go to church and hear the pastor in front disparage the reputation of one Barack Obama and his beautiful family, and then, what makes matters even worse, that clown of a president, that fake president, Donald Trump, gets in office, and they're holding him in high regard. After dissing Barack Obama for 8 years, they're holding Donald Trump in high regard. A man who has nothing to do with family values. To espouse those kind of beliefs, man, it just really trips me out. And I had to end those relationships. I did. And then the most embarrassing part is when Trump finally loses, which I knew he was going to. Once you lose the independents, you can't win. That's why if he gets the nomination, the Republican nomination, they're going to lose again. Big and bad, too. But for some reason, it's just like, he's just one of them cats that they're going to stick by just because he's out there fighting for them, though. They want somebody that's going to fight. DeSantis, I think, can win if he gets some fight in his good. But Trump's just one of them cats that, you know, they don't like him very much, but he's out there fighting the people that they can't stand. And they love it. But it's embarrassing. So I tell them, don't try to come around now just because Trump lost, man. I got one friend in particular. I think he might be listening to the show. I got to watch what I say, but he knows who he is. He was like, man, Trump gone. Why we still got beef? You got what you wanted. Trump gone. I go, oh, so what if Trump had won? What about that? So you're only in my face trying to befriend me once again just because Trump lost? Sorry, not the way it goes down. You showed me your stripes now. I know exactly what's up. We can never be friends again. I'm always going to be cordial. And when I go back to my hometown, you know, it's a smaller town, obviously. I go to a mall, I see people I know. If I go to a movie theater, I see people I know. It's the way it goes. But I tell them, we ain't going to kick it no more. That's over. You showed me who you are. They've been trying to predict there's going to be a race war in this country for a bunch of years, man. And I know if there's a race war, I know what side you're going to be on. So you don't care about me. You don't care about my people. You don't care about black people. Why? Like, you may not be a racist yourself, but you were okay with a racist president. So we can't be cool. Sorry. That's where it goes down. Poor you. That's our show. What a week. Wow. Andy, I love you so much, man. By the way, give love to Andy, y'all. If y'all don't mind. Oh, he's going to do it himself. We out the door. Make sure you're listening tomorrow for the preview of Monday's show. We're going to break down reparations part 2 on Monday. Good luck. God bless. Gone. Keep it on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.